here in Oahu since 1980, father, grandfather. This is an emotional meeting. Nani, you mentioned a moment ago, this is not about Maui. This is absolutely about Maui. And my concern, and I'm actually speaking to each of you sitting around this table. Each of you have a placard representing an organization. And I have a question before I actually have my testimony. By a raise of hands, have any of you or are any of you participating in an event, in a restructuring as a stakeholder on Maui at any level, whether you're state, federal, private, or a private citizen? Are you engaged? Are you a stakeholder? Are you written? Is your name listed as a stakeholder of any of the redevelopment plans regarding a smart city? By a raise of hands, I would like to see a raise of hands. Because the information is out there. Raise of hands. I can tell you, Department of Planning, DLNR, DBED, Housing, all of these agencies, and I'm not saying to you directly, but you're here representing these agencies, therefore, it is your responsibility to tell the truth. Each one of these agencies have signed on as stakeholders for the redevelopment of a smart city in Maui. I'm asking you again, who has signed on?
So I'm sorry, but I asked for testimony pursuant to the agenda, and there's nothing on the agenda about smart cities. And if we could also refrain from yelling.
Okay, thank you. I appreciate that, and I'll provide clarification. Smart cities is everything about housing. The idea that you're going to sit around this table, and I realize it's not on today's agenda, but the idea that you're going to sit around this table and make decisions about the long-term viability of sustained life on Maui without the people's input, I can tell you, is this a charade? It is true. Try go to Hele Mai Maui 2040.
Okay, we're going to take a break. We're going to take a 5-minute break. I have repeatedly stated we are not discussing Lahaina.
The West Maui Greenway consists of 6 segments, passing by destinations including Napili, Ka'anapali, Lahaina, Launiupoko Beach, and Olavalu. The West Maui Greenway Plan sets the stage for the future Greenway development. The goals of the Greenway project are to foster community, bring joy, strengthen connectivity, promote safety and comfort, and ensure feasibility. The Greenway corridor varies significantly over its 25 miles. The Greenway may follow in-town streets or the highway along a separate path, or may travel along existing cane haul roads, train tracks, or flood control channels, and may feature amenities like access points that have seating, bike parking, and hydration stations. Community and stakeholder engagement took place throughout the course of the project in order to inform the project goals, the Greenway alignment, and the prioritization of the segments. Nearly 850 community members were engaged throughout the project. Greenway is the most densely populated area along the entire corridor. Passing through Lahaina to reach Keawe Street, the determination of the final alignment will be based on the timing of other planned projects in this area.
Hi, my name is Jessica Wertheim. I was born and raised in Haiku, Maui. I am a mother, and I am a child of this living, breathing earth. I do not consent to AI control. I do not consent to smart cities. And I 100% know with every fiber of my being that this was not a natural disaster. This was a planned attack. There are many, it's a 1 + 1 + 1 = 3 equation. You cannot call me a conspiracy theorist for being a critical thinker. Did you know that the CIA, the corrupt CIA, invented the words conspiracy theorist as a way to gaslight people for speaking up on the truth? I am here to protect the Mother Earth, where I came from. I don't care that I was born in Maui, okay? This is about the living earth and the people with good hearts, okay? This is not about division This is about unity, and this is about coming together and fighting for the rights of the people. Climate change does not exist. You guys are modifying our weather, okay?
Excuse me. Okay, I appreciate your comments again. I do, but we really need to stick to the items on the agenda. It is 11:10.
I don't care about your agenda. You know what? Your agenda can kiss my ass, okay? Your agenda can literally kiss my butt.
Yeah, we're done.
Okay.
We're done.
And as far as the future, what's right in front of us for you?
I believe what's right in front of us is the discussions that have already begun, that it come to this community of Lahaina, and that the discussion remain in Lahaina, and that not looking out to anyone else, that if they're going to reach out for help, that it's going to be with the consensus of the people of Lahaina.
And so what I perceive happening is that is a very dreadful mental state to be in. I mean, one is in a constant state of hypervigilance that we don't know who's running the show. It kind of seems like nefarious, selfish, exploitative interests are running the show. So there's this posture to perceive disasters, to have, really bad, really technically powerful people that are kind of Wizard of Oz type characters pulling the strings behind the curtain. And I don't reject the intuition. I just think that our job as investigative reporters is to actually follow the evidence and not overreact to suspicious circumstances.
Yep.
The suspicious circumstances are the beginning of an examination.
Yeah.
They're not. You can't just declare, we know what's going on here. Well, it doesn't really get you anywhere. It gets you excited, but it's not illuminating.
In the last year, new evidence has emerged. That led a panel of scientists sponsored by the State Department to conclude that pulsed microwaves were most likely responsible in at least some of the cases.
For many of these people, real injury, real neurologic injury took place. It took place through a mechanism that we cannot precisely pinpoint, but we think could be linked to this relatively unusual mechanism that really has not received a whole lot of study, pulsed microwave energy.
Definitive evidence of what started in Cuba remains elusive. Some link it to electronic surveillance, others a weapon. But with cases now emerging in every continent.
Since 2016, there have been 200 cases of the Havana syndrome. 200 cases. It has been reported in Australia, Colombia, Russia, Georgia, Kyrgyzstan, Poland, Serbia, Taiwan, China, Uzbekistan, even here in India.
So who or what is behind these directed energy events? Is it an intelligence service? Is it a nation? Or is it some other entity?
The closest the US has come to an answer is microwave radiation. And even then, there is no evidence to back it. It almost sounds like a sci-fi movie where villains harness the power of sound to attack unsuspecting diplomats.
Of course. Be safe. Best of luck. All right, 3 longtime Lahaina residents with, generations of roots here in Lahaina saying, keep your promises. We will see.
And Yeshua, the reason he was crucified on Calvary is the Calvary always comes at the last minute. And so, he's not going to come before the temple's rebuilt. It's not my opinion. This is scripture.
But I tell you what, I don't know about you, but I'm going to go to bed.
I'm very glad I got this done, and I think it will turn out to be a success.
Deuteronomy.
Deuteronomy.
Today's reading is from Deuteronomy.
That's right. And I know a lot of people out there, as Oprah and I have been finding, are just having a hard time trusting I eat children.
Child molesting robot. I'm sorry, I'll speak up. It's a robot that is designed to molest children, and it can theoretically molest twice as many children as a human molester, and quite frankly, have to die.
Deuteronomy.
Maybe.
What about after church?